Hello winter swimmers! I thought it's about time to do another cold training video. This time I'm going to show you how to do cold training for your hands. You could do the same for your feet as well, but I'm just going to do the hands today. And this is actually something that I have done quite often a few years ago, or maybe 1 or 2 years ago. And it has really helped me to overcome Raynaud syndrome, or to make it much less severe. And I'm going to show you how it works right now. So what you need for this is first a sort of bowl to put some water in. And then you also need ice cubes, which our little ice bear here, or polar bear, has been guarding. So I'm going to show you in here. I have these ice cubes, sort of like this. But maybe before I put them in, I will put our little penguin. So this is just normal tap water that I have in here right now, and so it's also interesting to see how warm the tap water actually is already now in April. At the moment, Pingu is showing 19.5. So I'm gonna put some ice in now. Make it nice and cold for Pingu. So while this is cooling down, I can maybe tell you a little bit more how you can do this. So of course the challenge might be how you get to the ice. So fortunately we have an ice machine, which we actually, or I actually bought for this very purpose. I know it's a little bit expensive, but I really did it for health reasons, because my hands were a few years ago in the winters getting so cold that it was really like so painful that I couldn't really go out in winter anymore and do things that I liked. For example, at that time I did snowboard touring, and my hands were just so cold all the time that I was almost like getting to a pain point of vomiting. So that was really the reason why I wanted to change something about that. So one thing I did was this ice bathing. It's already a little bit lower now, 16.3. 14, okay. If it's not gonna go down low enough, I have some more ice here to put in. But it's already 13.7. Maybe I will put in a little bit more. Then I will tell you a few more things. Yeah, this should cool down quite quickly now. So one thing you can do is this ice bath for your hands, and if you don't have an ice machine like we do, you could also just use these normal like little things that you use, like little ice cubes, to make a, like in summer if you want to cool down a drink, then you just obviously need quite a lot of it. Or you can maybe at a petrol station get crushed ice, which is also a little bit expensive, but you could do it from time to time, I guess. So this is one option I used to do for the cold hands. The other option I started doing also a few years ago is cycling in winter without gloves. So it's a little bit the same as with the winter swimming. You just never get the gloves out, like you just continue. And of course, like if you have to cycle quite far, like I don't know, quarter of an hour, 20 minutes or longer than that, then maybe it's not possible. But I cycle mostly here around town, and my bike rides are maybe 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes. So I think the past 2 winters I almost never had to take gloves for cycling, and that really helped me as well. So now it's getting nice and cold. 9.1, 7.8. So the idea is to get it really low, like actually lower than the water was in this winter. We had, I think the coldest was 6 degrees in Lake Lucerne. So here it's really possible to go down even lower, maybe just add a little bit more. 6.2 now. So it's quite amazing how much ice it actually needs just for a tiny singing bowl like this. but okay, we're also maybe a little bit impatient. Now it's actually getting down even lower, 5.2. So if you're really interested to try that once, I'm also happy to offer another workshop about this, where we can try this in real life, where I will bring all the ice, all the equipment, and you just have to turn up. Sometimes the stirring also helps. Okay, now we're sort of getting there. Now it's 4.3, so maybe just wait for a little bit longer. 3.8, 3.5. So yeah, this I consider a good starting point now. So I have a stopwatch here, and my aim today is to do 3 minutes or maybe 5. I'll see how I go. I haven't done it in a while. And if you do this, it's quite important to just get past the first 1 or 2 minutes. So it's like with the winter swimming. The first 1 or 2 minutes are quite painful, and you really want to get out with your hands, but you just have to sort of wait till that passes, and then it actually gets quite nice, or you just feel like you can stay forever. So at 3.4, I'm going to risk it now, start my timer and put my hands in. And as you can see, what's really helping as well is to breathe consciously in and out. Again, like with the winter swimming, you can take long exhales through your nose or through your mouth. And just see if you can relax as much as possible. And if you just get started and have never done it, then maybe you can also start with a little bit warmer. Now it's 3.6 here. You could also maybe start with 5 degrees or 6. Don't get it quite as low. So sort of like easing in gradually, like with the cold shower video I showed the other day. You don't have to do the full thing like straight away, but you can do it gradually. And what I really noticed that now, this is my 3rd winter swimming season, it's much easier for me with the hands and feet. I still get like sort of, how you say that in English, like that I can't move my hands very much anymore when they get really cold, so that it's maybe hard to tie the shoelaces, but they are much less painful than they used to be. And if you do it outside like I'm doing at the moment, maybe you can also listen to some sounds from nature, birds. Here I can also hear the weir, the water. And so far I've done 2 minutes and 17, so I can feel that it's slowly getting to this point that I told you about, where it feels less painful, like with the winter swimming, where I can just feel that I can stay for quite long now. And maybe you also wonder what's the whole benefit about this, so you will see if you try that out for yourself. After you finish it, your hands are going to become really warm, and it's just a very nice feeling. So it's definitely worth a try, even though it's a little bit of a hassle to get it started. But maybe in this Corona time, you also have a little bit more time than usual to do an experiment like this. So if you do it, I would appreciate maybe a little video of you as well. That would be quite fun to see how you're going with this little experiment. So Pingu says 3.1 now. 3 minutes 20, so I don't know actually if this is the same rule as with the winter swimming, that you should just do it as long as the minutes of the water. So 2.93, that means I have actually now already done the sort of normal rule. But with this, I just kind of have my own little rule. I usually do 5 minutes. That's maybe a little bit arbitrary, but just seems to be a good time for me to do that. So only 1 more minute to go. And so once it's really cold now, 2.8, I could actually use this nice and cold water just to do the feet as well, which would be sort of to make good use of these ice cubes. Or what I also do normally, when the ice hasn't fully melted, I will put it back into the bowls afterwards so I can reuse it for next time to save the precious ice for a little bit longer. So I'm nearing the end of my little experiment. The 5 minutes are coming closer. So I'll slowly take my hands out. Towel would be handy, but it's not absolutely necessary. Thank you very much for watching this hopefully fun video. I wish you a good time and hope to see you soon again in real life. Bye.